The path of enlightenment through the Avatamsaka Sutra introduction on the vast ocean of Buddhist scriptures. The Avatamsaka Sutra, known in Chinese as the Huayan Jing, and in English often as the Flower Garland Sutra or Flower Ornament. Scripture stands as one of the most majestic and visionary texts. It is not merely a collection of doctrinal teachings, it is a grand symphonic revelation of reality as seen through the enlightened eyes of the Buddha. For practitioners of Mahayana Buddhism, the Avatamsaka represents the culmination of the Buddha's wisdom, portraying enlightenment not as a solitary achievement, but as a cosmic realization of interpenetration, harmony, and boundless compassion. To journey through the Avatamsaka Sutra is to walk the Bodhisattva path in its most expansive sense, from the initial arousal of the Bodhi mind, through countless stages of cultivation, until the final flowering of Buddhahood. This essay explores the spiritual landscape of this text, examining its central themes such as interdependence, the Bodhisattva's vows, the stages of the path, and the role of compassion in order to understand how the Avatamsaka illuminates the journey of enlightenment, the visionary cosmos of the Avatamsaka Sutra is unique for its cosmic scale. Unlike other Buddhist scriptures that emphasize specific aspects of doctrine, the Avatamsaka reveals a vast vision of the Buddha's enlightenment immediately after his awakening under the Bodhi tree. According to the tradition, the ordinary disciples of the Buddha could not perceive this revelation, for it required a mind of extraordinary purity. Only bodhisattvas of great capacity could behold the infinite network of realities disclosed in the Avatamsaka. This cosmic vision is expressed through the imagery of jewels, mirrors, and interpenetrating worlds. One of the most famous metaphors associated with the Avatamsaka is Indra's net, an infinite web stretching across the cosmos, with a jewel at each node. Each jewel reflects all the others, and each reflection contains the entire net. This metaphor encapsulates the doctrine of mutual interpenetration, Dharmabhutu, Praktya Samutpada. Nothing exists independently, and every phenomenon contains all others. Enlightenment, in this context, is not merely the cessation of suffering, but the profound realization of this interdependent reality. The Bodhisattva, as central figure, the central protagonist of the Avatamsaka, is not the Buddha alone, but the Bodhisattva. While the Buddha's enlightenment provides the radiant backdrop, the sutra focuses extensively on how aspiring bodhisattvas cultivate virtues, vows, and wisdom to advance on the path. The bodhisattva in the Avatamsaka is not an isolated seeker, but a cosmic being engaged in liberating all sentient beings. The sutra portrays countless bodhisattvas dwelling in innumerable worlds, each performing acts of compassion, teaching, and service. This emphasis shifts the goal of Buddhism from personal liberation to universal salvation. The Bodhisattva embodies both wisdom, prajik, and compassion, karuā, and their path is illuminated by the vow to lead all beings to enlightenment before attaining final Buddhahood themselves. The Bodhisattva's role in the Avatamsaka thus highlights two key themes: the inseparability of self and others, and the infinite scope of compassion. To cultivate enlightenment is simultaneously to cultivate universal responsibility. The 10 stages of the Bodhisattva Path, one of the most important contributions of the Avatamsaka to Buddhist thought, is its detailed mapping of the Bodhisattva spiritual journey. This is presented in the famous doctrine of the 10 bhimis, or 10 stages. Each stage represents a deepening of realization, a refinement of virtue, and an expansion of compassion. They are The stage of joy pramudit. The bodhisattva rejoices in the initial arousal of bodhicitta, the aspiration to achieve enlightenment for the sake of all beings. The stage of purity viyamold. The mind becomes purified from defilements, free from greed and attachment. The stage of radiance prabkark. Wisdom shines brightly, illuminating the nature of reality. The stage of flaming wisdom archimak. Defilements are burned away through the fire of wisdom. The stage of invincibility sudahaib. The bodhisattva becomes unshakable in their vows and practice. The stage of manifest presence abhemaka's direct perception of truth arises, seeing the equality of all phenomena. The stage of far progress dragam. The bodhisattva advances far into boundless compassion and skillful means. The stage of immovability akalb. The mind is utterly stable, unaffected by delusion or hindrance. The stage of perfect intellect stodumot's mastery of wisdom and eloquence, able to teach Dharma to all beings skillfully. The stage of Dharma cloud Dharma meg. The bodhisattva's wisdom showers like a cloud, nourishing the world with Dharma, nearing Buddhahood. This progressive structure serves both as a map for practitioners and as a poetic expression of the boundless journey of compassion and wisdom, interpenetration and non-obstruction. Hallmark of the Avatamsaka is its doctrine of interpenetration, yuanrong in Chinese. Unlike dualistic views of reality that separate subject and object, or sacred and profane, the Avatamsaka proclaims that all dharmas interpenetrate without obstruction. This is expressed through four kinds of dharmadbhutu, realms of reality. The realm of phenomena shafaje, the ordinary world of distinct things. The realm of principle lifadze, the underlying truth or emptiness uniting all things. The non-obstruction of phenomena and principle, and phenomena interpenetrate without contradiction. The non-obstruction of phenomena and phenomena, every phenomena contains every other. Like jewels and indras, enlightenment, in this vision, is awakening to this seamless totality where each moment, each action, and each being reflects the whole. The role of Samantabhadra Bodhisattvin, the final sections of the Avatamsaka. The Bodhisattva Samantabhadra Pushan emerges as the embodiment of practice. While Manjushri symbolizes wisdom, Samantabhadra represents compassionate vows and action. His famous 10 great vows provide the practical orientation for bodhisattvas: to pay homage to all Buddhas, to praise the Tathagatas, to make extensive offerings, to confess misdeeds and rejoice in virtue, to request the turning of the Dharma wheel, to request the Buddhas to remain in the world, to follow the teachings of the Buddhas at all times, to benefit all sentient beings, to dedicate all merit to all beings, to transfer merit to ultimate enlightenment. These vows integrate wisdom and compassion into daily life. They demonstrate that enlightenment is not an abstract state, but a lived commitment to benefiting others. Sudana's pilgrimage, perhaps the most moving narrative in the Avatamsaka, is the story of Sudana, a young seeker who embarks on a pilgrimage to meet 50 spiritual teachers. This journey illustrates the bodhisattva path in concrete human terms. Each teacher, ranging from monks and nuns to kings, merchants, and even courtesans, imparts unique lessons. Sudana's pilgrimage reveals that wisdom is not confined to monastic settings, but is embodied in diverse lives and practices. His encounters demonstrate the richness of the bodhisattva path, affirming that enlightenment requires openness, humility, and the willingness to learn from all beings. Enlightenment in the Avatamsaka. a universal flowering, the vision of enlightenment. In the Avatamsaka transcends personal liberation. It is not merely the cessation of suffering for oneself, nor even the attainment of Buddhahood as an isolated achievement. Instead, it is a universal flowering, the realization that every being and every phenomenon participates in the infinite web of awakening. This vision resonates with the Madhyamaka, emphasis on the inseparability of wisdom and compassion. To awaken is to see the interconnectedness of all things. To act on that vision is to express compassion without limit. Thus, enlightenment is both ontological, a realization of reality as interdependent and ethical, a commitment to the well-being of all beings. Contemporary relevance of the Avatamsaka. The Avatamsaka Sutra emerged in ancient India and flourished in Chinese Huayan Buddhism. Its teachings retain profound relevance today. In an age of ecological crisis, social fragmentation, and global interdependence, the metaphor of Indra's net speaks directly to our condition. It reminds us that every action, no matter how small, reverberates through the whole web of life. The Bodhisattva's vows call us to expand our moral imagination beyond narrow self-interest to embrace universal responsibility. Sudana's pilgrimage encourages us to honor diverse voices and perspectives, recognizing wisdom in unexpected places. In this sense, the Avatamsaka provides not only a map of spiritual cultivation, but also a vision for global ethics and ecological harmony. Conclusion: the Avatamsaka Sutra is often compared to a vast cosmic tapestry, woven with threads of wisdom, compassion, and interdependence. Its path of enlightenment is not a solitary ascent, but a collective flowering. Through its teachings on the 10 stages, interpenetration, Samantabhadras vows, and Sudana's pilgrimage, it presents a vision of awakening that is both infinite in scope and intimate in practice. To walk the path of the Avatamsaka is to awaken to the jeweled net of reality, where each being shines with the reflection of all others. It is to recognize that enlightenment is not the escape from the world, but the realization of its boundless interconnection. Ultimately, the Avatamsaka Sutra reveals that the journey of enlightenment is the journey of the cosmos, itself a great flowering of wisdom and